your gifts and for sharing them with us. We celebrate on this day all that is good about this life. We live in a world which constantly pulls us away from the thinking of God, from the love which is in our hearts. And sometimes it takes real discipline, a kind of emotional and mental and spiritual discipline, to constantly go back to the consciousness of love and joy, which, while we are centered within it, gives us all that we need in order to live lives of triumph and victory. And the Sabbath is particularly important because it is one day of the week on which God has commanded us to think on these things, to study the principles of God, to remember the principles of love, to recognize the light which is at the center of all things. And that is what we do. That is why we are here. That is the meaning of a church. It is the meaning of a synagogue. It is the meaning of an ashram. It is the meaning of religious worship. That we worship not the things outside us, but the love which is within. We begin today from the book of St. Matthew, chapter 6. But I say to you, love your enemies. Bless anyone who curses you. Do good to anyone who hates you. And pray for those who carry you away by force and persecute you, so that you may become sons of your Father who is in heaven, who causes his sun to shine upon the good and the bad, and who pours down his rain upon the just and the unjust. For if you love only those who love you, what reward will you have? Do not even the tax collectors do the same thing? And if you salute only your brothers, what is it more that you do? Do not even the tax collectors do the same thing? Therefore become perfect, just as your Father in heaven is perfect. I think that the purpose of our being in a church is that we might become more proficient at loving each other. As we have discussed before, sometimes it is in those environments which are most dedicated to love, whether it be a relationship or an institution, that all that is not love comes up for a kind of detox. It has been said that love brings up everything unlike itself. But we dedicate our being here, we dedicate this church to the processes of God's love. And it is our desire to learn, to practice the ways through which we become more loving. We become more perfect, he says, just as our Father in heaven is perfect. Today, we, as on every Sunday, but particularly today in our discussion throughout our service, will be learning more and thinking more about the power of prayer and its aid in helping us to do just that. Once again, from the book of St. Matthew, I would like to read, "But as for you, when you pray, enter into your inner chamber and lock your door, and pray to your Father who is in secret, and your Father who sees in secret shall himself reward you openly. And when you pray, do not repeat your words like the pagans, for they think that because of much talking, they will be heard. Do not be like them, for your Father knows what you need before you ask him." And this, of course, is where Jesus tells us of the Lord's Prayer, as he says, "Therefore pray in this manner." And I ask, please, that you join with me in doing just that. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. Anybody here feel that you live a life in which the Spirit of God bursts forth 100% in every relationship and in every circumstance of your life? How many can give me 100%? 90? Any 90% here?